Going into Split, I had no idea what to expect in either storyline or quality. It is a modern Shyamalan film and Blumhouse production, but with the majority of critics actually liking it, my expectations were lifted to a degree. However, because of the hilariously atrocious trailer along with the reasons mentioned earlier, I still went in weary. Here today to reassure you that, yes, Split is, indeed, actually pretty good. First of all, the main attraction. James McAvoy pulls off an incredible and transformative performance. He's been not only great, but also vastly different in everything I've seen him in, and here, him pulling off the role is crucial to having the movie not be unintentionally laughable. As for the other performances, Betty Buckley does well, as does Anya Taylor-Joy. The other two lead girls, I can't say the same for. They just weren't convincingly terrified as those in their characters' shoes would have been in a situation such as this. Taylor-Joy's performance might have had the same issue of underacting had a reason for her staying so calm not been provided. However, it is, and that's another thing to be appreciated about this one. It's able to avoid a lot of dumb horror cliches, most notably insulting character logic, by simply providing at least partial explanations for why certain things went down in the way that they did. Most of these come down to Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Casey's backstory, which I have mixed feelings about. It is crucial to the plot, and in fact, thoroughly interesting and really well delivered. However, a lot of the plot cruciality is just having the character have a greater hold on the situation and be able to know what to do. The whole subplot of the backstory just sort of feels unnecessary for a large portion of the movie. The flashback scenes are also sort of awkwardly spliced into the film, although this is more so the fault of the editing. However, other than that, everything's actually really well paced. Something else worth mentioning is the camera work, as other than McAvoy, it's definitely the highlight. Every shot is smartly and distinctly framed, and many are either rigidly still or have a slow, shambling movement to them. All of this helps keep the suspense, and overall, for a micro-budget production, it looks great. However, sound design isn't quite as clean. There are many instances of clipping, although the mixing is decent. The soundtrack is simple but effective and not at all displeasing to the ears. The lack of any sudden bursts here also helps me slide into my next point. The horror is organic. Nothing is forced, and even better, everything works. There are genuinely unsettling scenes here, and this is from a guy who isn't at all affected by most horror films. One last issue is some tonal inconsistency. There's one scene in particular that starts out with a joke. It's funny and a nice distraction, but doesn't take away from the impact. However, they keep on throwing out one-liners even though the scene is supposed to be urgent. This can work out sometimes, but here it just removes any sense of tension. And yes, the jokes are still funny, but it just doesn't complement the tone well. The several ending scenes have meanings that aren't immediately clear, and this is a film you'll be thinking about for a while, if not just trying to figure out the implications of the final few minutes. Overall, Split is really good. It's nice to see Shyamalan returning to form, and it looks like his true calling really is with more independent productions. This is a movie I'm giving a 7 out of 10, one worth watching for cinematography alone, and to feature a compelling story and standout performance is more than icing on the cake.